my dudes, it's Demi, and today I am at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Today we are in Seuss Landing, the land dedicated to Dr. Seuss, all of his incredible stories and characters. I absolutely love it here. There's so many rides, activities to do, eats and treats, and it's just so wonderfully themed. It is so incredibly detailed, and this land does not get enough credit that it deserves. So I'm really excited today to take you around Seuss Landing, show you all of the hidden pieces around, talk about the Seuss books that are featured here and all the different characters, and just have a lovely day in this incredibly themed land. So let's get into it. Let's do Seuss Landing and let's go get into some hijinks. We are starting at the main entrance of Seuss Landing. I don't know what happened to the arch that connected these two pillars. It's gone. I hope it comes back. It looks kind of funny without it. Before you even walk into Seuss Landing, you have a little photo op over here. This way to McGurkus Pool. This is based off the book McGurkus Pool, where the boy Marco was fishing in a trash-filled pond. This book is no longer in publication as of 2021. In front of that photo op is something that I've never even noticed before, but that's why I love doing these types of videos. There's so many hidden details here. There is a topiary of Yertle the Turtle from the story Yertle the Turtle. This is the turtle that felt like his throne was too small and made the other turtles stack up so that he can have a bigger throne until one of them burped, and then he became king of the mud. As you walk into Seuss Landing, you'll first see If I Ran the Zoo. This is actually a book called If I Ran a Zoo. If I Ran a Zoo said young Gerald McGrew, I'd make a few changes, that's what I do. This book is also no longer in publication as of 2021. However, this is the If I Ran a Zoo playground. This recently had a huge refurb, so this is the first time I'm seeing it after its huge refurbishment. If you want to catch beasts you don't see every day, you have to go places quite out of the way. You have to go places no others can get to. You have to get cold and you have to get wet too. Too near or too far? Let's go too far. It looks like this is where you would get wet. Oh, okay, I did it. Haha, it didn't go off. It didn't go off if it was supposed to. I didn't get wet. Ha ha ha. Let's go underneath. Okay. I went to the African island of Yurka to find me a Tizzletop Tough Mazurka. I'm not sure exactly what you have heard, but there's more than one way to flush out that bird. It is wet here. It's very wet here. Some kid just ran up and did it. Okay, that's it. We didn't get wet. We survived another day. A shy little guy whose face never shows unless you're real good at tickling toes. I guess I'm not good at tickling toes because he didn't come out. In a cave in Khartoum lives a beast called a Natch no other hunter's been able to catch.
Did you bring me any snacks?
I'm sorry, I didn't bring you any snacks. I'm really sorry.
No, over here.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Over here.
I'm good. I'm gonna stay over here.
Over here.
No, I'm gonna stay over here. You'll see a big bug who's very surprising, a feller who has a propeller for rising. All that he needs is the air you can pump while marching along on my stump-a-la-wump. Okay, so I'm gonna march up and down on these. Well, nothing is popping up, so I think that this is just secretly a stepper exercise machine. And then we have a little water playground area. And then we enter into McGrew's Zoo. This is the rest of the playground area. This is no water over here. I won't build a cage for this cow in my zoo. I'll let my friends ride it. That's just what I'll do. That is so cute. It is such a fun, interactive space. I'm really happy that it's here for kiddos and even adults, as you can see as well. And as you exit, there is a topiary of an Obsk, which is from the story. I am so excited because right next to If I Ran a Zoo is the Green Eggs and Ham Cafe. This location closes 2 hours before the park does close, and sometimes it's just not open, which is unfortunate if they're not that busy, but luckily it is today. Here you can get things like carnita tots, pizza tots, even vegan tots, buffalo tots, but we're gonna get two very, very unique kind of tots here today. The excitement I have right now is totally unmatched. Dreams are about to come true. First, of course, we have the famous green eggs and ham. It's green eggs with diced ham, white cheese sauce over tater tots. I did get to try this, or at least a version of this, during the Grinch character breakfast. I will link that for you here. It was during the Universal holidays, and it was such an incredible character breakfast, but I'm super excited to try it from the Green Eggs and Ham Cafe. And then we have the Whoville's Who Hash containing 100% natural Who beef, which sounds a little concerning, I'm not gonna lie, but I have always wanted to try this. It's corned beef instead of ham, it's scallions, the cheese sauce, and the tater tots, and it comes in this adorable souvenir can. This is a real can. I've been wanting to try this forever, and I just haven't had the chance, and I'm really glad I got to, because I love the Grinch, and one of the parts of the Grinch is he even took their last can of Who Hash when he was robbing the Who's. So I am so excited for green eggs and ham. Oh, it's so good. So what makes it green, it's pesto eggs, and it's delicious. If you've never had pesto eggs on their own, I 100% recommend you trying that. I do that very occasionally, but man, these tater tots are super, super crispy. I did even have to wait for a bit, so they make pretty much everything as fresh as they can, and you can taste it. It comes out super, super hot. Like, it comes with like a plate underneath because it's super, super hot. It's so great, and it's like literally coming, like it's literally like a character coming to life, because it's like green eggs and ham are a character on its own. I mean, this is amazing. I love being able to be immersed into something that, you know, you grew up with, and it's like a dream come true being able to eat this. So I love it, and I always very much recommend this. Now let's try the Who Hash. So this is corned beef instead. Not gonna lie, it was pretty hard to get all this out of the can, but I still love the can, so it's worth it. That is so good. I will say the corned beef is a little tough, but it's not like too bad. The flavors of the corned beef and the scallion are really, really lovely. And then you have that warm creamy cheese sauce and the crunchy tot. So, so good. Basically just like a different version of the green eggs and ham. If you don't really like ham, this is corned beef, so it's you know, pork and beef. I mean, either way, I don't really think you can go wrong. And I love this because you can take this home, and I think this is such a cool piece to be able to take home. But these are so good. Highly recommend if you're coming to Islands to get, if not both, at least one of these. It is a lot of tater tots, but they give you like a nice portion here. It's like filled to the top of tater tots. I think it's like a pretty good like price point because you get so much, and it's really filling, and it's so cute, and it just makes me so happy. It feels like, again, it feels like childhood dreams coming true. Cheers. Walking back up the pathway into the land, we are greeted by some more topiaries. These are the Yups on the Steps from There's a Wocket in My Pocket, the story about a boy who tells us all about the strange creatures living in his house. Next up, we have Snack, Snack, Eat a Snack. Here you can get ices and churros and pretzels and cotton candy that looks like the Grinch. How amazing is that? After that, we have cats, hats, and things. Thing 1 and Thing 2 are on the top. You could see the dress from the Cat in the Hat and the kite. Let's head on inside and check it out. Here is where you want to come for all of your Cat in the Hat and Thing 1 and Thing 2 merchandise. There's this incredible statue of the cat when he's holding all of the objects in his hand in the center. I don't think the video does it justice. It's a very big statue. It's super, super cool. If you're here on vacation and you want to get something for your teacher, they have a whole Teacher of All Things section here as well, with cups and t-shirts, plus shirts for aunts and grandmothers, moms and dads, and of course your kiddos, even going up to thing number 4. And then attached to the Cat in the Hat gift shop is the nightmare ride that is the Cat in the Hat. It's not really a nightmare. People that come to Universal all the time call it a nightmare because the animatronics are just not the best here at this attraction. It is a fun little dark ride through the story of the Cat in the Hat. It usually has a pretty low wait time when the parks aren't like really busy. Like right now it's only a 5-minute wait. And it's a joke. It's a joke. It's not like scary, especially for children. It's just a fun little dark ride. Does take express pass as well. Let's check out the queue. The queue is very sweet. You're at the home of the narrator and his sister Sally, looking for something to do. The words of the story are on the house. You enter into the house and then immediately come into the story on the ride when the cat shows up.
I know it is wet, and the sun is not sunny. But we could have lots of good fun. That is funny.
Oh no. He lives.
Okay, we're out of that nightmare. Across from the Cat in the Hat is the Fudnuddler Bros popcorn. The Fudnuddlers are from Oh Say Can You Say. It was a group of stories, and the Fudnuddler story is about 21 brothers called the Fudnuddlers who stand on top of each other's head, and then there's one at the very bottom holding a flag, and if he sneezes, they're all gonna fall down while a dog watches them. Up next we have One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish from the book of the same name. This is a spinner attraction. This is a no height requirement ride, except your child must be able to sit up on their own. I actually did a whole guide to Islands of Adventure for kids and toddlers. I will link that video for you here and put it in the description box below. So yes, it's a classic spinner up in the air. You can push your ride vehicle up and down, but this one is a little bit different and a little bit more fun depending on who you are as a person, because the fish squirt at you.
If you think that's fun, it is here for you. If you know me, you know I hate getting wet, but it is such a really fun, cute attraction with a fun little song that goes with it.
I want to take a little detour behind One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. You see this gate? This is actually the connecting gate to Universal Studios. When the parks are really, really busy, sometimes they'll open this so that people can go park to park. It's very rare when it happens, but it can. And also, this is the way they take you to get to the old Nickelodeon Studios theater, where now you can see the Grinchmas show during the holidays. We're gonna go toward the restroom, not in the restroom, because here you can get your press pennies. There's Max from the Grinch himself, the Lorax, and Cindy Lou Who. And then to the left of that is the Dr. Seuss collectible pennies. You have Horton, the fish from the Cat in the Hat, Yertle the Turtle, and the classic Cat in the Hat hat with Dr. Seuss's name. And then after that, they have the dog ID tags, and they're super cute. They have the Grinch, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, a bunch of characters, just the Grinch himself, the Cat in the Hat, and green eggs and ham. And you can personalize them, you can use them for your actual pet, luggage, keychains, and more. Back over across from One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish is face painting. You can do a premium for $23.99, a deluxe for $20.99, or a standard for $17.99.
Time for the tears to come out, because we have reached the street of the lifted Lorax. The Lorax is about the Lorax who speaks for the trees, the truffula trees. And by the end of the story, all of the trees are gone because people kept cutting them down. And it literally makes me cry every time the story comes up. It's just so sad. But the hopeful message is that you can make change by doing the right thing and saving the trees and all of the good changes that you'd like to make for your own earth.
This bare patch of dirt was once green and alive, like the forest next door where all the truffulas thrive. But what happened then? Men with axes that hack, they came and they chopped and they cut the trees back. Now all that is left are some sad stumps and weeds to remind us that Earth is what everyone needs.
Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not.
Here come the tears. Here come the tears. It's so sad. It's so sad, but hopeful at the same time, and I get it. But it's still really sad. I think it's really funny because it's kind of almost like another Dr. Seuss lesson right here. I keep seeing so many people, and I mean adults, blow and yell into this, but it says listen. Listen. And when you listen, you get to hear the story of the Lorax. Across from the Lorax is the Circus McGurkus Cafe Stupendous. This is a quick service here, and it's in the big tent in Circus McGurkus. It's so beautiful in here. I got to do the Grinch character breakfast in here when that was going on during the holidays, like I mentioned before. They had the whole buffet area over there by the actual counter. Here you can get things like fried chicken or chicken sandwiches or a burger or a salad. And you can even get a whole pizza. And what is the coolest part of all is that the Seuss trolley train ride, which we'll be seeing shortly, goes through Circus McGurkus Cafe. It goes all the way around. It's just so stinking cool. I love that so much. Circus McGurkus is based off If I Ran the Circus, where young Morris McGurk dreams of opening a circus called Circus McGurkus behind Mr. Sneelock's store. There's an empty lot, and if he just cleaned it out, he could have the most amazing circus. And then his friend, who was right up there, Mr. Sneelock, an old man smoking a pipe, he's gonna help him out a lot, do a lot of his incredibly crazy chores, and also perform in the circus as well. It is a dream of this young McGurk for sure, but it definitely comes true in this very cool store. Yes, I did just rhyme. And when you head outside, there are some topiaries of some of the characters from the story. That was Rolf on Ball. And then over here we have Hoodwink. These are some of the characters that Morris creates for his circus. Back outside and next to the beautiful truffle trees is the Carousel. The Carousel also recently just had a huge refurbishment, like ridiculously huge. Like all the pieces came off and got put back together again, and they look all fresh and new. And it is a classic carousel, of course, but with the Dr. Seuss flair. How many characters can you spot? The Carousel is a no height requirement ride. It has obviously moving ones. It has some standstill on the carousel. It moves pretty fast, and it's just so beautiful and Dr. Seussy. Over by Dr. Seuss is all the books you can read. This is like a little stage area. Sometimes they just have characters do meet and greets, but throughout the day they do Oh the Stories You'll Hear show.
Okay, perfect. Is Grinch hiding? Does Grinch think he can hide behind thing too? Is that what he thinks? Is that You have been busted way back in the days when the grass was still green and the pond was still wet and the clouds were still clean and the song of the Swami Swans rang out in space. One morning the Onceler, he came to this place. Who am I? I'm the Lorax, guardian of the forest. I speak for the tree in the fields. Came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree, and we heard the tree fall. The very last truffula tree of them all. But there's good news, my friends. A message to share. The Lorax knows change starts with you. If you dare. It's just one time to see. But it's all we really need. Imagine Freedville, flowered and treed. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's gonna get better. It simply will not. So be kind to the trees. Be kind to the earth. You make the difference. Show our world what it's worth.
You guys did such a great job telling your story, and you guys assisted so well. I loved it so much. I teared up, and you guys did such an amazing job dancing. You guys are the best dancers I've ever seen. Can we take a selfie together? There are 6 shows throughout the day. Check your Universal app for the times, and if you look under characters on the app, you'll see there are additional character meet and greet times for other Dr. Seuss characters as well. But now let's head into all of the books you can read. In here, you're gonna find a lot of the Grinch merchandise during the holiday season. You can meet the Grinch here, like the Jim Carrey style Grinch, and it's amazing. Or now you can do the character breakfast like I mentioned earlier, if that returns next year, and I hope it does. But of course, this is all the books you can read. There's even a table here. You really should buy the books, but I guess they won't yell at you if you read one. But they also have Dr. Seuss characters that you can color. Also in here are some more pressed pennies, Thing 1 and Thing 2, Cat in the Hat, and the Grinch. And they even have a TV in here, and they're playing the Lorax movie that they did a few years ago. Across from all the books you can read is Hop on Pop Ice Cream Shop. Theme to the book, Hop on Pop. We like to hop on top of pop. Here you can get a brownie sundae in a waffle bowl, a sundae on a stick, just a waffle cone with, regular ice cream, and you can even do a root beer float. That sounds awesome. During the holidays, they also carry some holiday treats here, like the Grinch cookie and some other lovely holiday treats. We have made it to the High in the Sky Seuss Trolley Train Ride, and I cannot believe it's only 5-minute wait. If you come toward the end of the day when the kids are gone, this is the time to ride it, because this ride can be really, really long of a wait because of the loading capacity. It literally has like an hour wait all the time, and I love this ride, but it's really not worth an hour wait in my opinion. It takes you on this trolley around the park while telling you the story of the Sneetches. Let's take a look at the queue. So again, this is the story of the Sneetches. This is that story where some Sneetches have a star in their belly and others do not. And the ones with stars are the better Sneetches according to them. They treat the Sneetches without the stars terribly. They don't let them hang out. They make them do all like the labor. And then one day, Sylvester McMonkey McBean came to town and told them for a price you can all get a star on your belly, and they all did it. Then the Sneetches with the original stars said, well, now how do we tell everybody apart? How do we know who's actually the better Sneetch? And then McBean told the Sneetches with the original stars that he can remove their stars, and they do. And now the Sneetches without the stars are actually the better Sneetches. And here in the center of the queue is the machine that can put the stars on or take the stars off of the Sneetches. Stars, no stars, stars, no stars, over and over again, and lots of money for Mr. McBean. But then luckily, the Sneetches finally work it out, and they don't have to fight anymore. They realize all Sneetches are the best Sneetches. What's cool about this ride is that there are 2 different tracks. So one is the story of the Sneetches, and the other one is the alphabet story. So you know the book where it goes through the alphabet and shows different Seuss stuff for the alphabet? That's what you go through on one of the tracks. It's very, very fun. So obviously I can't film on the ride. There's like no filming in Universal except for the ET ride. But something you'll see on the ride, and it's over by the water, is the Sneetch Beach, like the actual location of the story of the Sneetches. And look, they have their towels, their radio, a sandcastle. It's very cool, and you get to see it on the ride and goes with the story. And while we're over here, I wanted to show you the Zax bypass. Do you guys remember the Zax? It's the story about the north-going Zax and the south-going Zax, and they can only go in the direction they're supposed to. And they end up coming face to face, and they just end up having to stay here in this position for the rest of their life because, well, they can only go the way that they're going, and they're just going to keep bumping into each other. And just years and years, and life goes by around them. Next to the Seuss Trolley Train Ride, and actually where you exit the ride, is the Snookers and Snookers Candy Cookers. This is your sweet shop. You can make a bag of all different types of candy, fill up tubes of Snooker and Snookers crunchy candy. They even have the fresh roasted nuts, and it smells so good. And they have this incredible bakery case. I don't think many people know about this, so I'm super excited to highlight this. They have Grinch and Thing 1 and Thing 2 candy apples, and lots of other different kinds of candy apples, plus pecan patties, M&M pretzels, chocolate chip pretzels, M&M s'mores, double dip s'mores. But wait, there's more. You can get a Cat in the Hat cupcake, or one of these rainbow cupcakes, or a double chocolate cupcake that has green eggs and ham on it. I mean, these are just amazing. And then you have fresh Rice Krispies, fresh dipped marshmallows, and then all of the fudge you could possibly imagine. And you can even get one of those classic Universal giant donuts here. Across from Snooker and Snooker is Mulberry Street Store, gizmos, gadgets, goodies galore. Outside of the store, there are some great photo ops over here. They even have the brother and sister in the window from the Cat in the Hat. But you have this great photo op where you can get into the police car or sit on the back of the police bicycle, the tandem bikes. It's very cute. Inside the store is more Seuss merchandise. And again, this is based off and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street, that book has also been taken out of publication since March 2021. The story was about a boy who didn't see enough exciting things on Mulberry Street, just a man with a trolley horse, and wanted to make a more exciting story. But again, it is now out of publication. There are more pressed pennies in here. The Cat, Horton, the Grinch, and Thing 1 and Thing 2. You can also get the fuel rods here. These are the portable chargers, and once it's dead, you can swap it and get a fresh charged one right away. In here, you can also design your own phone case, magnets, Apple Watch straps, which I just got like a used Apple Watch to help with some filming stuff. And I really want this, but I just had to get an elastic band because I hate these type of bands. But I want Back to the Future. That's not fair. Plus, they're $40. That seems like a lot for an Apple Watch band, but it is here for you. In here you'll find kind of some of the stuff we've already seen, stuff from the Cat in the Hat store, more Grinch merchandise. Oh look, they have this little TVs on top and they're playing the cartoon version of the Lorax. And then on the side, even more Grinch stuff, leftover stuff from the holidays, like these water bottle carriers, which I think they're gonna do for like each season now. And it's literally just like a purse, but just for, well, it doesn't have to be a water, but for any drink, and it's so cool. And one more pressed penny machine with the Lorax, the cat, and the Grinch. And finally, as we literally close down Seuss Landing, we have the Moose Goose Juice Goose. This location is where you can get the frozen moose or goose juice. One is orange, and that is the moose juice, and then the goose juice is the green one, and it's sour apple. I got it as part of my top 5 most unique drinks at Islands of Adventure. I will link that video for you here, and I'll put it in the description box below. Along with moose and goose juice, you can get some pizza here, churros, and pretzels. Also, they do have ices here as well. And as you exit Seuss Landing into the Lost Continent, you're left with this quote: "Think left and think right, think low and think high. Oh, the thinks you can think up if you only try." Bye-bye. Well, my dudes, that was Seuss Landing here at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Let me know, what was your favorite part that you saw here today? Have you been to Seuss Landing before? What is your favorite thing to do in this incredibly detailed land? Have you been to Islands of Adventure before and not stopped in Seuss Landing and are now regretting it? Let me know everything in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit your bell notification so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. Follow me on Instagram, Magical Hijinx. Check out the Patreon. Become a patron, you'll get exclusive bonus content, bonus lives, a free dining guide to the other park down the road, you know what I'm talking about with the mouse guy, and access to the Discord, help with trip planning, and so much more. And you'll be helping me to continue bringing you great content like this on this channel. And until next time, my dudes, I hope you guys get to some hijinks very, very soon. Bye-bye.